the most exciting part of it for me is that I get to perform. I get to be on stage. I get to sing my songs. I've had a little bit of time off, and I'm ready to, well, by a little bit, it's been like 2 weeks, but I'm ready to go back out and perform and do a show. So what's going through my head mainly is just being excited to get out there with my band and play a show. And then in the background is this, oh my God, I'm opening for Sting. I grew up in small towns around Pasadena area. I went to good schools. I was very lucky. My parents have always been supportive. I knew from the time I was a little kid that I wanted to be a musician, or I wanted to be a songwriter mainly. I didn't want to share my music with people because I was afraid that, being that some of the content was kind of sad, that people would think that there was something wrong with me. But it was very healing for me, even as a 9-year-old. And as I got into high school, I was in a lot of different bands, writing for different sorts of art, like different genres, sort of a ska band and a metal band. And then once I was in college, I decided that I wanted to do something more with my music, or just to see how far I could go with it. So I made a demo. I sent it out to coffee shops and bars and any place that I could play to maybe make a little gas money. And in the meantime, it got into the hands of a photographer who knew a manager who had a few clients who were producers, and it got into the hands of these 3 producers who made a demo with me. We sent it to record labels, and within a couple weeks I was flying from California to New York to meet with major record labels. And at the same time, I was a regular college student, and I worked as a sort of janitor and at a rental facility where there was parties all the time, and wedding receptions and such. So I was a very busy girl, and it was funny that I couldn't tell anybody what I was doing. When I get to school on Monday, people would ask, "What'd you do this weekend?" And the truth was, I'd been with a record executive in a fancy car taking me to a restaurant trying to woo me to be at their label. But I would usually say something like, "Oh, I just hang out around the house," because nobody believed me. I listen to a variety of different music, a lot of Billie Holiday and Gershwin tunes and all of that. My grandma was in show business, and she lived with me for 5 or 6 years. So she had a big influence on what I like to listen to, being that she was on Broadway. And then my parents brought a lot of influence into what I listen to, like Elvis and the Rolling Stones, and just a lot of really great music from spanning over quite a few years. So as I started listening to music on my own, I was very selective, and I didn't always get it. I didn't always understand what all of my age group liked. Um, Now I kind of do, because I guess I'm part of pop culture now, but I just love music. I really love all kinds of music.